right, so where are the Sixers now? So I mean, give your predictions now on the Nets and the Sixers outcome on this. So at the trade deadline, the majority of the people, as far as what I was listening to, thought Sixers gave up too much and the Nets won big. And you have Seth and Drummond already starting over there at the Nets because of, the player situation or for whatever reason.
Yeah, they ready to go.
And yeah, they've been playing, maybe won a couple games for them before the All-Star break and stuff, whatever. But so what's y'all prediction on how far these guys go, the Nets and the Sixers?
Short term, I think Philly is a much better position, short term. Long term, I think it made both teams potentially great. And that's what people have a problem with is you made Brooklyn become a great team going forward. And my thing is you can't look at, when you're doing trades, what it does for another team.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at what it does for your team.
Right, that's it.
You can't be worried about, well, it's going to make Brooklyn great. Okay, what does it do for you?
Right.
Does it make you great?
Right.
So wait. Yeah, let me chime in real quick. Let me chime in real quick on that, because in the short term, you've made the Nets a valid team for this year also. And so to not make them valid, at least for this year, is what I was talking about. Now, long term, at the end of the year, and you definitely get rid of them for whatever needs to happen, then whoever gets better from there is fine. But this year, like y'all was saying, if this is Embiid's year, why make the Nets a more dangerous team also this year when you're trying to win it? So
people are banking on injury too, man. I mean, we ain't seen KD, man. What he gonna look like when he get back? Is he coming back? Is he gonna go back out? Right. They got question marks. Kyrie, hey man, Kyrie can check out at any time, man. I mean, so it's cat, man. You never know.
They can stop the pandemic and they still be like, anybody seen Kyrie?
Right.
They dropped the mandate. Like, he ain't show up today either. Somebody call him, please. I'm gonna ride by his crib.
My thing is the Nets have to go through so many teams to even get to you. At this point, they're in the playing game right now, right?
Yeah, right. They're number 8 right 9, now. Yeah.
I think. Oh, 8.
Yeah. 9,
Before you even see the Nets, you're gonna make them go through some teams, man.
Well, no. Here's the thing. To that point, though, I think the Nets are going to be a formidable opponent, no matter who they play, no matter what round it is. You don't want to face the Nets if they're at full strength, no matter what their record is. So here's the thing: if for some reason they don't climb out of that 8, 7, 6 spot, the Sixers, as constructed now with Harden, still may end up 1, 2, or 3. You may conceivably still play Brooklyn in the first round as a 3-6 matchup, a 2-7 matchup, probably not a 1-8 matchup. They'll probably get out of that 8 spot. But if they don't, you may see them 1-8. You can see them in the first round. That's conceivable. Yeah. So, and you did make Brooklyn better in the short term and in the long term if those guys' minds are right and they're going to play together. And Ben's
they got an if. It's an if in there, though.
It is definitely an if. And for Philly, definitely short term, you made them better. No question about it. Long term, that's a little more tricky because Harden's age, you got to worry about that. I think at least for a good 2-3 years, you're going to have a chance, barring any injury or anything like that. Yeah. You got a good 2-3 year window as a bona fide 1, 2, 3 seed with a legitimate chance to win a chip.
Right.
Next 3 years.
That's all you can ask. And when I say long term, I'm thinking the term of Embiid's greatness. I'm seeing this brother being great for about 5 years.
No, I agree. I do.
To me, that's long term.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
And so I think this trade sets them up. Now they got to add some more stuff, in the offseason.
They're not done. Yes.
They got to go out and do something else. And that's why I say they got to do something. I'm not getting back on that bandwagon until I see what else they do. I like where they at right now.
I like Daryl Morey, man. That dude knows what he's doing out there. He's not going to listen to the fans just because the fans have opinions. He waited. He calculated. He waited. Got what he wanted, and we're going to see where it ends up. And I think also getting it done now as opposed to later, you're already, if you don't win now, because that's not a guarantee. You may not win this year. You still got some good teams you got to face. If you don't win now, you're set up that much more to take off and run next year. Because now you already have chemistry. You'll have a training camp together in the off season. Like, you're going to take off running next year. And you get to the proper pieces. You know what you need now after you see it.
Right.
Now you get a couple extra pieces. Next year, they're going to take off running.
My thing is this. You can approximate Steph Curry.
You got no timeouts left there, Sean. Let my man speak.
No.
If I was G, I would have slipped in the F-bomb and then hold the F up. Y'all talking next year. I don't even know why this discussion is even going beyond this year. If y'all not talking about the Sixers winning the championship this year, then everything we just talked about doesn't make sense. The trade doesn't make sense. If you're not winning this year, this trade makes no sense this year.
That's not true.
You might as well have waited to the end of the season.
No, you have to lose more.
You would have still been able to get Harden at the end of the year if you don't plan on winning it this year.
But you lose Tobias, and you still plan on winning this year. You still have a chance. A better chance than you would have had.
That's another discussion, because losing Harris and looking for some improvement with this guy, if he don't show up in the playoff this year, he won't be able to leave Philly quick enough.
We agree. We agree on that.
So he would have been on the table at the end of the year anyway.
But it's easier for him to show up now. He's got less pressure on him, more spacing and less pressure.
I agree with that.
It'd be easier
How
for
many
him
points
to show
he
up.
had yesterday?
6. And they were all in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah. He had 27, 20 something?
Harden had 27.
No, I was talking about Harris.
Harris had 6, maybe 8, but I think it was 6. Yeah. And they were all in the first couple minutes of the game. He had 4 early, then I think he may have had 2 later on in the game, but he only had 6. Yeah. But he admitted, I had a bunch of
yesterday's game, like I seen the difference. They went on a fast break. Harris had it. Maxey streaking down, and he's coming down like, all right, what are we doing? That's the regular Sixers way. And then a couple of plays later, Harden on a fast break, Maxey streaking high.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Maxey laid up. I said, that's the difference they needed. And so I'm cool with that. And hopefully that can rub off on Harris. Like, yo, they just wasn't looking up enough, and then they coming down. Like, you always got to cut and keep your head on the swivel. Like, what are y'all doing? I think Harden brings
chemistry,
that.
though. I think Toby's play, what you're describing, is chemistry. Like, he's got to figure out what he's going to do, where he's going to fit in this new team. Which is, again, to my point that I continue to emphasize, is another reason why you had to do it now. So if you don't, chemistry matters. And if you got to build that chemistry, you should have enough time to build it before the playoffs. But if you don't, you're still playing. Milwaukee is loaded.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is still loaded.
Yeah.
Those teams are good, man. And there's no guarantee you're going to win.
And then if you do come out the East, Phoenix and Golden
State, man, there's no guarantee you're going to win it. So, but now, getting this chemistry together.
You in the ring with them cats now, though. They got to go toe-to-toe with you.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I like how you said that. Yeah. You in the ring with them, absolutely. You in the ring. Yeah. You wasn't in the ring. You was in the corner looking on, cheering on.
Right.
Now you in the ring. Right. Yeah, I like that. That's good, brother. Yeah.
So again, I'm gonna just make sure I get my point across with this. In the playoffs,
since we just keep dismissing it, okay.
No,
if it don't go this year, what are we even talking about? If it
I'm not sure what y'all two drinking, but I just want to make sure y'all understand where I'm coming from with this. I don't care who we play in the playoffs, what round. I expect us to be number one, everything to be coming through Philly. And I just want to know, like, that 4-0 playoff series that we're going to have with everybody, like, how much we going to beat them by? If we going to win, and then, maybe next year. I don't understand none of that talk. We're winning this year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the trade was a dud. Like,
so
you could have got them at the end of the year.
I'll say this to that point.
And then don't let it be the Nets that win. Don't let the Nets beat us.
Okay. Well, see, that would look bad for this year. No question about it. But to your point,
okay, wait. Chris, if you cussed, you would have said more than it'll look bad.
Yeah, you're right.
That'd be...
Absolutely. Sean,
all right. It would be, but...
One quick thing. But before the trade, Harden, Kyrie, and KD, they would have won a title this year anyway if they would have been healthy. So I don't see how them winning the trade didn't make them any better. I think they still on the top. They still a top line team.
Absolutely.
Well, I really wasn't sold on the Harden. That's just me. I wasn't sold on, like, I don't think they gelled together. Nah. So, I'm big on the gelling. Like, I don't think they gelled. So even though they haven't had time to play in order to gel.
Did you see that when they was playing together though?
They was lighting it up.
They were unbeatable.
Whatever.
They was lighting it up because they only had like 6 games together, but they was lighting it up.
I wasn't a believer.
I think it was 16 games total. I think it was like 16.
Yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off, Chris, but I'm just like, no. Hey, it's not like they needed this trade to become a title contender, man.
Correct, 100% correct. So you didn't make Brooklyn better, so to speak.
Right.
They would have been at the top of the league if KD wasn't hurt and Kyrie was playing. Right. The gelling wouldn't have been a factor with them. They were doing their thing. And
even before the trade, Vegas had them as the favorites to win the title.
Absolutely. Yep. And so you can't get any better than that as the favorite. So, but you made yourself better. And the same process now, what you were saying, Sean, if we ain't talking this year, then there's no point in having a discussion. Here's the thing. You can realistically now have that discussion about this year. Now you can. You couldn't have that discussion about this year winning the championship. In their minds, and really in my mind too. Like, they had a chance, no question. They had a chance.
Right.
But it wasn't like the chance they have now. I would say I would give them about a 35, 40% chance at best without the trade, prior to the trade. Now you're talking 65, 70. Like, you really have a legitimate shot of
getting. Is my mic working?
It's not 100. It's not 100.
It's 100%. Like,
it's 100% possible.
Yo,
I
take it back.
Let me ask you a quick question.
It's a 99.9% chance. Whether it's possible or not, no, it's a 99.9% chance they better win. That's all I'm saying.
Let me ask you this question, Sean. Are you saying that because you think this team, as after the trade, as they're constructed right now, is the far and away best team in the league and they have to win? Or are you saying that because you wanna grade the trade? You wanna say, well, you gave up so much, so now you have to win, or are you saying they got this much better, so they have to win? Why are you saying that?
That's it.
Why are you saying that?
When you gave up so much, you're saying we guarantee to win this year. I mean, even Harden said it also. Hell yeah, like on that first interview or whatever.
Yeah.
And so
but that wasn't
that's the expectation from them.
That's the expectation, yes.
And as a fan, I'm saying the same thing. There's no other discussion other than like how we celebrating. And I don't even want them to make it and lose. No, you winning. the question is not even if they're gonna make it. No, they making it.
I'm gonna tell you if they
how many games is it gonna take to win the championship? All right, go ahead.
So Sean, if you feel that way, you should be jumping up and down behind this trade. You feel that much confidence in your team now?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm trying to get some tickets to the championship game.
If you expecting them now, nothing short of a title. You weren't expecting that before.
No, before they had a chance. They had a good chance. So I'm with y'all on that. They had a good chance. But now that they made the trade and gave up what they did, I'm on board with them. I'm making plans to try and make the championship game. I'm checking in the tickets. I don't even know what city is in right now, but I'm checking it all out.
Don't buy the tickets yet, brother. Don't buy the tickets yet.
Well, according to you, it's going to have to come through Philly. You're going to get at least 4 in Philly.
Right, there you go.
We're at the most 4 in Philly.
True that, but I always wanted to. You know what? Yeah, you're right. But no. The West got a better record though.
Yeah.
No, the West got a better record though. So, those home games is still probably going to go through the West.
Chris Paul's out now, so they're going to lose some games. Golden State's only like 5 games behind them. So, they still have a chance to lose some, drop a few more games.
My last couple things. So real quick for who y'all think the Sixers will be playing in the championship game on the West? Like, who y'all think coming out of there?
Ooh.
I still got to realize
how I phrase that.
Like I do. Now, you're talking about this year. Philly's going, no doubt.
This year, only this year.
I was about to correct you and say, actually, I got the Bucks, but okay. Man, that's tough.
It is going to be tough, but here I think I have to give the edge to Golden State now, especially that Chris Paul's out for the next 7 weeks. I got to give the edge to Golden State. They're getting healthy. They're getting their big man, James Wiseman, back. Clay's going to have his feet underneath him now. They're going to take off. And then when the playoffs come, you're just now getting Chris Paul back. You got to integrate him back. Now, he's going to fit seamlessly because of his game. He's going to fit perfectly, but he's got to knock that 7-week rust off. And it probably won't take a long time, but he's 35, 36 now. And it's not going to come that quickly. And when you get to Golden State, man, they're going to be rolling. They're going to be rolling. I think it's going to be tough this year. I think that messes chances.
Their system makes them scary, man. I'm going to roll with Phoenix though, because if I can assume Chris Paul coming back healthy, if you're going to give me that, and I don't care who's got home court, I would take the Suns because I like the fact that they got guys who can get their own shot. Devin Booker can get the ball and do whatever he want to do with it. I love
D-Book, man. Yeah. I love that.
And Clay's a spot-up shooter, man, so they got to get him open. Yeah. So, it might be a little bit better to deal with him. So I would take the Suns. Suns got that big man. They got that big man down low who like to eat too. Yeah. So
all right. So who's in the championship game? The Suns.
I got a repeat, man. I got the Bucks and the Suns.
The Bucks and I thought you said Philly was going to win it all.
Who?
No, you said when they beat the Bucks, that's it.
I said Philly going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals and play the
Bucks.
With
the Bucks. Okay, gotcha.
This year.
All right. Who you got,
this year,
Chris?
I got Philly playing the Bucks.
Yeah, only this year. Like the predictions next year and 10 years out, like I don't want to hear all that. According to you, G, like the Sixers going to do some dumb-ish.
Right.
So Harden not even going to be here next year. You're going to be like, what happened?
Right.
Philly. They did it again.
Now listen. I come on your side.
We don't know what happened. Huh?
Then I would agree with you. That trade was stupid. It was dumb. You should have never done it if that happens. If James ain't here next year, and he didn't sign his extension yet. He said he was.
He said he was staying.
He didn't do it yet, though. So there's still that chance. But I think
the Suns and who, Chris?
So I don't have the Suns. I
got the Warriors.
I got Golden State.
Oh, the Warriors. My bad. Okay.
I got Golden State and Philly because I don't think Philly meets up with Brooklyn this year. It's not going to fall that way because it's too exciting. It's not for this year. It's not going to happen this year. It's going to happen next year. This year, I don't think it's going to happen. So I think Philly gets to the finals this year, loses in 7 games to Golden State.
Wow.
That's what I think.
All right, here's my prediction.
In Golden State in Game 7.
Wow.
Philly does have the number 1 seed, or they will have the number 1 seed, and they will match up 1-8 with the Nets.
That's crazy.
If not that first round,
they may lose in the first round.
It will be the second round. But they will meet up because I don't like, how Ben now is probably not going to come back and play until after March 10th when they're supposed to play the Sixers.
Right.
And so
and I think that's
whatever
crazy.
he does, there's no way he play. But he can't come back to Philly and play in a playoff game if it was mental then, because there's no way the fans is letting him live when he gets back here at all. So they're going to come up with some other excuse on, he's sick or a new pandemic or something.
If you're Brooklyn, you can't let that happen either. You got to have him play and get accustomed to playing in Philly as an opponent before the playoffs. If I'm Brooklyn, I'm like, nah, yo, I don't care if you think you're ready or not. You getting out there, even if you get out there and you getting out there. So
get out there and let them boo you, whatever. Let them get it over with.
This would be another telltale also, though, if he even comes to the game, because he's traveling with them and stuff, right? He's showing up to the games on the bench. Well, so if he don't even come to Philly to sit on a bench, that to tell you a lot also.
Absolutely,
so let alone play.
Absolutely, we'll see. Man. Can you imagine
I don't think his mental. I don't think his mental thing was so much the fans as it was the organization and Embiid.
I agree.
That's right. I do agree. And then the fans, that's a part of it because you got to go sit in under that microscope after feeling a certain way about your organization.
Yeah,
you ain't jiving with it with Embiid. So now y'all, everybody's watching you, in that pressure cooker,
Yeah.
And
so this leads
I think
to my
they just
last
all
question.
added to it.